Am I the a-hole for secretly eating takeout food my pregnant wife cannot eat because she has gestational diabetes? My wife, 34 years old, and I, 35 years old, have been married for 10 years and been together for 15. She is 7 months pregnant and has gestational diabetes, which has been very hard on her and by extension very hard on me too and our relationship. Her doctor has strictly recommended that she follows a strict diet, and that means no sugar or high-calorie foods such as Alfredo sauce or pizza and the likes. Naturally, she has been very upset because she has cravings, but there is no way she can indulge. She has gotten sick of the alternatives suggested to her and would start sobbing sometimes when we go outside because she will see all these food places only to realize she cannot eat what she wants. I feel for her. I really do. Our relationship started to break down a little when she started taking her anger out at me. My offense? Ordering the things I like to eat such as cookies, cheese, frozen snacks. We got groceries delivered to us, by the way, just like any other person does. She was extremely mad at me for being able to enjoy eating these things and made me feel guilty for eating stuff she craves. My breaking point was once she angry, cried over the fact I brought home a box of donuts I received from office on my birthday. I was sick of her behavior and the constant policing of my food intake in our home, that I, in no uncertain terms, made it very clear that she cannot punish me for a health problem she has, and that this is my house too, and I will eat and drink whatever and whenever I please. We had a bad argument that day and I uttered divorce. That seemed to shake us both and we did a few sessions of marital counseling. To keep it short, our therapist held her accountable and shared that it was unfair on me to be at the receiving end of her emotional distress. However, she also emphasized that my wife is probably feeling unsupported too, and I could try to be a bit more discreet and stick to making healthier meals together, which would be great for both of us. Since my wife cannot make up for excess blood sugar she has by working out a lot, she is chubby and has bad knees. I can see why she feels helpless. As a solution, we decided to stock up the forbidden foods in the second fridge we have in the drawing room of our home that we use to store drinks and guest snacks for. It's better when reminders of the things she craves but can't eat are not there in the common fridge. This also means I can almost never order takeout at home, and sometimes I miss doing that while watching Netflix. I still missed having the occasional pasta dish at the Cheesecake Factory or McDonald's, so sometimes when I drive home from work, I eat in my car, keeping the therapist's reminder triggers in mind because I know that my wife, knowing that I ate stuff she can't, will make her mad. Yesterday though, I took my wife on a long drive and she found a receipt of the Cheesecake Factory on the floor. At the moment when she found it, she started sobbing and wouldn't talk to me. She is now pissed at me and feels like I have betrayed her. I think she is overreacting, and I don't think I am wrong, since 80% of the time of the meals I have in a week are with her. I try to have takeouts without her on Fridays mostly. I don't think I'm an a-hole because wife and I have an agreement that I will be discreet when I want to indulge in food I want to eat, so that she does not get triggered every time. Edit. There is still resentment I have against her for ruining my birthday. Basically, the gift I got from my wife that day was her yelling at me and me uttering divorce and ending the night in tears. I still hate her for it, for creating a bad memory I likely won't be able to erase, but I am working on it. I feel the same way too when I read what I wrote. I do not want to hate her, but I do. I still cry thinking about how we fought for something seemingly innocent, and I feel so wrong that no one sees that this was unfair and borderline abusive for me to be at the receiving end of this as a spouse, because I happen to be a husband in this this dynamic. I'm not sure about therapy for this, but I grew up poor and food insecurity was a big part of my childhood. It makes me feel pretty shitty that I still cannot do what I want, but no one sees my trauma and why I want to be able to make my own decisions too. And even if I didn't have this trauma, I shouldn't need a reason to act with autonomy. As long as I am supportive of her and being considerate about her food issues, which I positively have acknowledged in therapy with her, and I am doing my part. Even though I and our therapist agreed that her initial demands were ridiculous. I was made to feel like a horrible person for simply bringing a box of donuts my coworkers got me on my birthday, when there was no malice involved, no bad intentions, no desire to rub it in her face or whatever rest of the world calls it. I regretted being a married man that day and wished I'd never met her. I have never let anyone bring my self-esteem down and the way my wife did. I have never given anyone else the power to hurt me like she did, and I want to take it away. No one has ever made me feel like a criminal for eating a donut and storing the rest in the fridge inside the house I own too. Please share with us your thoughts, and we're going for the next story. Am I the a-hole for not buying my wife a plane ticket so she is missing the family vacation? My wife is horrible with money. At the beginning of our marriage, she pulled out money together and she would use all of it. Her job pays bad compared to mine. So when we combined the money, she went crazy. I had many conversations with her over it and even tried to get her to take a money clinical class. Over time, it got worse and worse. About a year ago, I learned she was in bad credit card debt. I gave her the choice of divorce or we separate our money and she needs to fix her debt ASAP. To her credit, she took it seriously and she is fixing her credit card debt. We have separate money and I pay for the bills, while her only worry is to buy groceries. My family has a big vacation coming up and everyone is invited. The trip is to Europe and plane tickets are going to cost $1,000 plus. My parents are going to pay for the resort, so the only thing needs to be paid is the plane ticket and fun money for the trip. I plan on going. She informed me that she will not be able to afford the ticket. I point out that the trip is in about 4 months, so she should be able to save it. She informed me that she needs to use it for her credit card debt in order to get it paid off. I told her okay, and I will inform my family side that she can't make it. This started an argument that I am not willing to pay for her ticket and me going on vacation without her. I told her this is her own fault and if she was responsible with money, we wouldn't be here. Am I the a-hole for walking out on a date after he tested me by making me pay the bill? So, I, 29 years old, went on a date recently with a guy 31 years old. A friend set me up. At first, things were going great. We had a lot in common, good conversation, a lot of laughs. We grabbed coffee and pastries. The bill came out to about less than $100. When the bill arrived, I was ready to split it, no problem. But instead of splitting, he handed me the bill and said, "Is it alright if you pay for this?" No explanation, no offer to cover next time, just that. I was a little surprised, but okay, it wasn't that much, so I paid. As soon as I handed the money over and got my change, he smiled so big and said, "Congratulations, you passed the test. You are not a gold digger." Apparently, his ex used to expect him to pay for everything, dates, trips, etc. and he got fed up with it. So now he tests women to see if they're after his money or not. Honestly, I was so annoyed. I told him that I am not his ex and he has no right to treat me like I'm guilty until proven innocent. I also said he's not some price that I need to pass tests for. Then I got up and left. Afterward, I texted our mutual friend to let him know what happened. He apologized and said he'd talk to the guy. I told him I'm blocking him and I don't want anything to do with him anymore. The thing is, it's not even about the money. I have a good career, I own property, I'm very financially independent. I absolutely don't want to be anyone's ATM either, but I would never pull a stunt like that to test someone's character. The way he said congratulations, like I'd won something seriously, rubbed me the wrong way. It just felt so gross and weird. But now I'm wondering, was I too harsh? Should I have just let it go and chalked it up to him being burned before? We're excited to read your opinions in the comments about all of these stories. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.